recording.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome
Do we
to
need to restart
the
again?
first stream of February. Everybody. Patrons. In the chat.
Yeah, so we just we're talking and trying to get everything sorted out.
Yes, and Drama Jack is here in the correct chat.
Do we know that she's in the correct chat, or has she written something yet? We have to actually see.
Is she like memeing on us this whole time?
No, she hasn't.
She literally wrote this one in the wrong chat. That's hilarious.
I think that she is building a character for herself, if nothing else.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
This one, yeah.
Yay! You figured it out.
One of the fastest Drama Jock appearances of all time.
Ruben, stop messing with her.
But yeah, first stream of
Don't
February. Single-digit streams within 2023. We've been putting these out, kind of getting rolling, getting a bunch of things changed. Do you want to start with like a little community news, like this what you and I just talked about?
Yeah, we can start with like a quick little announcement about the production of our decks in China.
Yeah, because we don't really have like a slide for this, right? We didn't really like.
And it's a Gameland. Gameland's the company.
I have to take a quick aside with Catherine here real fast. I rewatched our stream from like one of the streams recently. I don't remember which one.
I don't know what this is about to be.
And she had a moment just like this that just happened, where she wasn't sure what she was meant to say, so she whispered something to me to like verify a data point. I don't remember. It doesn't even matter what it was. But like on the recording that I just posted on YouTube, you just hear her say yeah, she's whispering, but it's not like secret code under the table. She's just saying it much quieter.
I remember what it was. It was because I couldn't remember where Katarina was from.
Yeah, and then you said like Ukraine anyway, and I'm like, no, not Ukraine.
I keep messing up the terms game land and game found, which is why I just...
And game crafter, I feel like you've mixed in there a couple times.
Because like, they're all terms that we use, so... Yeah. But anyway,
the important
thing is that the Earth and Dark like intro decks are currently in production, and we just got news. Go ahead.
Yeah, probably don't have to say that out loud.
Censored.
Elves.
Elves
are never going to be in Flawed.
Told us.
Most of the company, if not all of them, were out of the office for Chinese New Year, and they just came back like 2 days ago or yesterday or something. With the time zone difference, I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, I got the update, and like all of our proofs were like checked off. The PVC cards, I think, started production like today, or will be starting like in the morning for them, which I guess is like right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
they told us that the essences are going to start production today.
Yeah, right so now. Like the stuff is printing, it's moving forward, like everything
so
going according to plan as far as we can tell, and we're just we're counting down the days for that to actually fully manufacture, package, ship, and actually get here, and it's getting closer and closer. Yeah. So that was like really big news that we got. I mean, literally within the last like 24 hours. So.
Other really big news that some of you already know about, but we included in the stream today in case you hadn't heard. Are we clicking?
It's
the first one.
It's the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, then I can do this.
Is that the
Boom.
Kickstarter pre-launch page is officially available. This is something we have been working on forever. You wouldn't believe the amount of information that Kickstarter requires you to have just to get this.
You wouldn't believe the number of fields that say optional on them that they make you fill out.
Is that right?
Yes. There was at least one page that had a section that was like optional, and like I did everything else on the page and then like submitted onto the next page, and it was like still wouldn't take it, so I had to like go back.
We started this process like August of 2022.
You can see, actually, there's somewhere that you can go, and I don't know if it's open to the public, but you can see the create date of the Flawed Trading Card Game page.
Yeah. I know one of the biggest, the most time-consuming things, and just the longest in terms of trying to get all of the different parties answering our questions and things, was Kickstarter requires a pretty close estimate to what your funding goal is going to be.
Right.
It can be different from what you initially launched, but it has to be like around about what you want.
You can change it, but if you like submit a Kickstarter for approval and it's like, well, we're asking for $55, and then like however many months later you change it, it's like, we need $500,000. They're gonna be like, yo, we didn't approve you for this.
Yeah. So that honestly took a long time because we had to figure out, like, okay, how much is it going to cost to manufacture a booster box? How much is it going to cost to manufacture the essence pack?
How much are fanny packs going to be?
Yeah, like, what do we even want to include? What are our stretch goals going to be? How much does it cost to ship? How much does it cost to store it at the distributor and then ship from the distributor? What cut does the distributor take? How do we figure out taxes? Like,
how much is there? Like, yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
This whole whiteboard was just covered in stuff for the longest time.
We think we got pretty close. So we've got a number in there that we're like happy with. You'll see it in a few months.
But all of that we had to have figured out before we could do the pre-launch page. So now
like the behind. Sorry, I don't mean to jump on top of you, but like the behind the scenes, like we've got all of the like individual items loaded in there. Like we don't have all the values like completely broken down, all the tiers completely broken down. Like there's still work we have to do before the actual launch.
Oh yeah,
but, like,
there's still a ton.
Kathy said it straight. Like, there's so much like little nitpicky detail that they like require,
and so many things that we don't have the answers to. Like, you have to. I have to email my distributor again and be like, I need this information. Everyone in the chat's wanting to know about the fanny packs. I just want you guys to know we got a guy.
We have a guy.
We got a guy.
We do have a guy.
We got a guy, and he's local.
He's local.
And
he's done some work for Catherine already, and it came out very nicely.
Yeah.
So
we've got a guy. We're looking into it.
We got a guy.
Try to get some nice
fanny packs are going to be an add-on though, so like they're not even realistically like part of 10 fanny packs, 1 box. Nice.
For anyone who's watching this over on YouTube, the reason why the fanny packs are going to be an add-on is because the lead designer wears a fanny pack at all times. It's just like his thing. Just likes to wear fanny packs. So it became like just like a.
It's a giant meme.
It's a giant meme. It's like, well, we need flawed fanny packs because the lead designer wears fanny packs, obviously.
But yeah, everybody else in chat.
We got a guy for fanny packs. We got a guy who can do embroidery and do custom fanny packs. That's what our guy is.
Mad respect if you're repping a fanny pack right now. Yeah, I mean.
Out in public.
I've been wearing it. I'm not always. Sometimes I do have it on. Sometimes I just don't take it off, so I come in and I sit down.
But anyway, getting back to the Kickstarter pre-launch page, if you go to. You can go to Kickstarter on the internet and search for Flawed Trading Card Game, and it will pop up that way. You can also go to the link tree that we have typed up on the screen there in red, and the very top one or the second one. I think it's the first one is a link directly to this page. Just so you know, I'm not sure why, but when you try to go to the game through the app brings you just to a coming soon page. It doesn't bring you to this.
Yeah.
It's really weird. So it only works in a browser. You can do it on mobile, but it has to be on like Chrome or Safari or something. You can't use the Kickstarter app.
It's because this link is like a temporary link, and I think the app will only take you to the game page, but the game page isn't available yet.
Yes. So
so that's why.
Yeah, the game page will work on the actual launch of the game on the app.
Right.
And it's weird because like when you go on the app right now, it says $0 funded out of $0, and we're like, well, I don't like that.
Right. we haven't even tried yet. Stop putting shame on our name.
But yeah, you can see we've got 27 awesome followers so far, and the link's only been up for
a couple days. Less than a week.
We've really only shared the link so far on like our social medias and with like close friends and family.
Wait, we didn't even show the art yet. You gotta save it.
He loves posting that, and I'm sad that it doesn't play on the loop on the.
I think it would if I like.
I don't know.
I don't want to mess with it.
I don't want to mess with it.
I think I could get it to play, but it's fine.
But we're going to definitely be running some like Facebook and Instagram ads, and we're going to be sending out a newsletter, which, by the way, why don't you tell them about that?
Yeah, I can make this is like another quick announcement. I put a post on the Patreon, and like, I'm sure nobody in this community cares, but we are going to be starting to do a newsletter like this month coming up where we're doing like a more structured update through email to like let everybody know like what steps we're taking, just give the details in which direction we're going and what's going on and what are the important things to click on, what's important stuff to be aware of, how much of your tax return checks should you hold back, stuff like that. And we're doing it through a service that will like automatically send you the emails and things of that nature. So we have to create a mailing list for it. So I included everybody who is a current Patreon subscriber inside of that mailing list. And like I said, I made a post, so if anybody wants to be removed from it for whatever reason, I understand some people might not want the extra email, whatever, just let me know and I can drop you off. It's not a big deal to me. Obviously, you guys are here. You're supporting. You're part of the community as is. So if you just don't want an extra email, I feel you. But if you want to stay in touch and like be part of what's going on and just get those updates as we send them, we're like 5 months.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna
5 months and some days.
Yeah, we're going to be announcing to the patrons on stream like what the tiers are and what the special Kickstarter things are, and we'll be revealing ahead of time what the stretch goals are. But for the general population, like they're really not going to know what's available on the Kickstarter until it's available.
Yeah.
So once we get that all sorted out, you guys will definitely know ahead of time like what to expect, because it's going to be. We got so many things.
We have some things.
So many treats.
Catherine and I were actually just talking last night about one of the things that I need to acquire between now and then, and that is it's a big thing. It is an exciting thing that we need to have ready for Kickstarter.
Yeah, but things we don't need ready for Kickstarter, but we're doing anyways. More artwork.
Yeah, it's true.
So we always got to keep the artwork coming because we got a whole game to produce.
And that's another thing we were just talking about last night. Is I was worried that I was falling too far behind on artwork. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, I'm trying to really like focus our funds on like advertising, conventions, getting the game out there prior to Kickstarter, right? Mm-hmm. And we were talking last night, and I'm like, well, I've got the one we're spoiling tomorrow, and then I've got 2 other artists working on pieces right now, and then I got 2 other artists who are signing contracts on February 5th. And then I got one more that I'm talking to that definitely wants to do one on March. And then I got another one who's already doing one right now and is ready to do another one in March. And she's like, no, you're fine. There's art coming. You're good.
And I mean, we haven't even shown the artwork for today yet, but the next artwork, we got sketches on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Y'all. I got the sketches. They sent us 3 sketches, and we're like, which one do you want? And I was like, I want all 3. I'm not kidding. Save those 2, because we're going to buy those. But for now, use this one.
Yeah.
All 3 were just like, I want them all. They're so good.
I think loses her. Like, it's the crazy thing is about this particular artist is they always send very basic sketches, but their like dynamic movement and their positioning and like their anatomy is top notch. So their sketches, you're just like, oh, that's gonna be so good. She gets so excited about it, and then here we are. I have to buy 3 artworks every time I order one. But
let's talk about the art for today.
Sure.
It's it's not a new artist. It's an artist y'all have seen before.
It is. We've had this artist
twice.
So this is number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep.
Does anyone want to give like some guesses in the chat?
Getting new artwork is seriously like an addiction at this point. Yeah.
Oh, it's longer than that. She says, I need one at least. One every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I need one like every week. And the other thing is like we see the artwork long before you guys do, like probably like 2 weeks ahead of time. So for me, this one's not new, and it's like, I mean, it's still exciting, but I'm like, yeah, I've seen this one, and so I'm already like ready for the next one.
I must wonder if I'm robbing you the experience of like including you on the inside.
I need to see it.
This is if you really think about it, this is the ridiculous thing, right? There have been more artworks that were a total surprise to me than to you.
Yes, that's true, because you didn't know about Knife Expert or Best Laid Plans
or Intelligence Operative. That really shouldn't be the way a company is run.
We're always typing, and before we show the art, I want to see what it is.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, we can wait. But no, we got an artist. This is a return artist that we've used a couple of times.
Is it Kayla? That's a good guess because we haven't had Kayla in a while. Kayla is finishing a comic book called The Scarlet Ranger.
Yeah.
And so she's kind of been. She's like on board with more art and was like, I'm totally down, give me a couple months because she's got to finish this comic book she's doing. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I think her Kickstarter already finished, but if you search on Kickstarter like Scarlet Ranger, maybe there's like a late pledge or something.
How about Fernando's Kickstarter for anybody who
Fernando is doing a Kickstarter for Mary Machine Gun.
Issue 4 of Mary Machine Gun. They raised like 13 grand or something.
Fernando, who did Dying Breath, which is on the screen right now, and Kayla did Backstab, which is like covered up by the Coming Soon. But both of them have comic book Kickstarters.
Your friend just talked about Scarlet Ranger. Yeah, she does the art on that. It's her and a guy, Ro Lamb, I think is his name.
Ro Lamb, I believe, is the author, right?
I believe it's those
and she does all the art. I bought a hard copy of. Was it volume 1 and volume 2?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Issue 1 and issue 2?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not Kayla. Any other final guesses real quick before we flip over? I mean, this is like so random to make you try to just guess an artist.
No, nobody's typing.
Okay.
Let's see it. It's Daniel Da Graca! Megan just had one!
Megan just did the last spoil, or 2 cards ago.
Yeah. Megan just had Best Laid Plans. It's Daniel Da Graca. He did Ruffian and Hatred. And now he's here with Brute, a common for the air faction. At the end of turn, discard a card, which makes complete sense because it's a 3/3/3 for 2. So obviously it needs to be balanced with something because that would be nuts bananas.
Ooh, Griffin says clean! Exclamation point.
I really like the action. This is something I've been saying is we need more like action and movement poses.
Yeah.
And he's got like the burst of like rock that he just bashed through in the bottom corner. And I don't know if you can tell on your screen, we have it really, really large over here, but there's like some action movement like jittery lines near the club and then on the actual rocks. They're kind of like blurred to show movement. I love that little detail. Love it. Just bodied a boy with that swing.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Ken to beat me with this card.
Thank you. Rawl called it like it is because I literally messaged Daniel about this card and like I knew this is the one I wanted him to make. And one of the first words out of my mouth was like, Dan, you need to understand something. This is a card that I love. This is one of my yes, I was like, this is one of my pet cards. I need this to be an absolute banger. I need this to just like really slap. I need good just as Kathy was already saying, like the action and the fact that he's just haphazardly just bashing through whatever he needs to get to his enemies. I mean, even that kind of encapsulates the idea that he's like, well, you're going to discard a card, but I'm going to beat the crap out of whoever's in front of me. Like, whatever. I'm going both ways. It doesn't matter. I'm just all destruction all the time. And came out awesome. The action, just that whole movement, that big sweeping sort of swinging action, and like the real D3D is awesome because it's such a short name. We were able to go like real high on it. Like just
Now his like outfit is very air faction, and I know Daniel hasn't done an air card yet. What pieces did you give him to keep it like all with the continuity and like to inspire him to do that?
So that's an awesome question, and that's something that I'm getting. I'm happier with what we're able to do at this point because we're starting to get some framework for how our characters are meant to look. Ruben says the weapon. I mean, the essence text will just go on top of it.
Yeah.
You'll be able to read it basically like you can read unit human barbarian, right? It's going to go right over top of it. It's not going to be an issue. But yeah, when I sent Daniel for this card, I did send him Lightning Warrior. But I said there's a slight difference between Lightning Warrior and Brute. I definitely I drew the line and said, okay, Lightning Warrior is a card that's going to be like a little bit more on the like high class side of this culture, right? A little bit more finery, a little bit more delicate look with like some of the feathering and like the stuff that's on the Lightning Warrior. But I sent that to him just as a basic inspiration. I also sent him the new Temple in the Skies artwork that we just got. Even though the Little Breeze character on there is very small, he's got some of what you're seeing here, so there was a little bit of replication from that. And what's more, the Temple in the Skies is in a mountainous area with coniferous trees. Like that, I very much so said, hey, similar setting. We don't necessarily need the temple or like the pathway or the snow. It doesn't have to be the exact same spot, of course, but geographically they're going to be in a similar area. So he hit that home. And that club, I actually like scoured the internet for like random like just monstrous looking like club
I
imagery.
think I saw the picture that you sent him.
And I sent him a couple. I sent him one or two. I sent him two originally, but then I was like, really focus on this one. I want it to really have like spiky bits or like a rock tied to the end or like just something that like really made it just look just ridiculously aggressive. Because again, it's a 2-cost 3/3/3. Like we are just attacking with this guy, right? And he just did a great job of pulling it all together and getting it down on the card.
I've noticed that Brute has the same little like spiky knuckles as Ruffian.
That's actually true.
It's like his style.
Yeah,
I like it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Even the elbow too. There's a lot of like geometry in his anatomy. I like the way it looks a lot.
Yeah, great art, great card. Can't wait to see it in print. No surprise there.
I am. I'm going to spoil the next thing that we're going to talk about a little bit, but since we've got this artwork, I just want nothing more than to build a deck. I want this to hit the tables.
Yeah? How can you do that?
Oh, how can you do that? Should I tag over? I'll tag over.
Sure. He says, every time I see new Flawed Art, I sell more of my Magic collection. Did you see... I don't want to say it on stream.
Wait, what?
They released a new product today.
Oh my god, the new fat packs.
Really?
Yes.
So expensive.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That's
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. So this is the other humongous, gigantic announcement. I don't actually... I was going to give a shout out to a community member who helped me out with this, but I don't know what his name is in this Discord, so I'll have to postpone that for another time.
Yeah, just to keep it like...
Yeah, I don't think that the name that he uses in the other one is the one he uses here.
Is he the one that was watching the stream when you guys were playing? Oh, what was that name?
I don't remember. Was it with a J?
No.
Okay, well then, yeah.
I don't know.
I should have looked that up ahead of time. I just realized that I don't know what he's called in this Discord server. But anyway, a community member put in a bunch of work, did a ton of work and effort, and this is a behind the scenes thing. Like it was a huge help, a huge asset, and he basically wrote a program that will layer the cards for me, and it is a huge help because the consequence of this is that I finished all of the, and I made a post about this in the Discord server like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, hey guys, I've got all the images finished. Now I just got to go through the work of like running the 96 or 98 different macros that I have in Photoshop to create all the versions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I said something to the effect of like, this is a ton of work and like, I'm gonna do it. Like the TTS does need updated, but like, it might not be that high on my list. And he reached out to me. He was like, hey, I could realistically like help you out with that and like potentially make it a lot easier. And I don't want to spoil like the whole reality of what happened, but ultimately he just made it one button click, and I've got 6,929 images, layered, cropped, and ready to go. All these new images are now hosted on the Google Drive. So everybody in the
does that include all the shrines?
It's everything.
Too?
Yep.
So everything. We can say for certain in set 1, that's how many possible cards there
are. I've got a short list of things that are errors that I have to double check, but I think that is correct. There's one card that has like the wrong. No, Ruben, it's in my folder. That's my folder showing on the screen. Ruben says there's one card that's not on the drive yet. It's Brute. I didn't share Brute to everybody yet because I didn't want them to see the artwork.
Yeah.
But anyway, since we've had these files finished, like Ruben and myself and a couple other people have been talking about it, but we've been making decks on TTS. Ruben and I were playing some games last night and today. And I've just been like, it's been really great to have like new files. All the text is correct. All the templating is correct. They've got the new borders. The essences are the new variety. Everything is like patched and buffed up and like looking good. And it's the correct data. All the files are there. And like on the right here, you see a deck that I built. That's like half art. It's like actually, Ruben and I played this one last night and I was legitimately playing like real cards for at least like half-ish of the game. And it's just so cool to like see everything kind of coming together, and it's been a long time coming to have that TTS update like actually.
Spanked.
Ruben did lose quite a few games last night. We were playing like a control mirror, but like my deck had a lot of card draw.
Me and Earth's Fierce Protector are going to play some games tomorrow.
Yep.
No, tomorrow's Thursday.
Tomorrow's Thursday. Friday.
Friday. Yeah. If you guys want to watch.
But yeah, this is like kind of just like a shout out in general that like this stuff is up there now. It's available. We do have a video with like the how to as far as building a deck. It's on the YouTube channel. Wish I didn't work nights so I could play more. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. You gotta have days off ever, right? Right?
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Tell us more, Kathy. Poor January.
I know. I had one single day off in the month of January. It was great. We went and saw Avatar.
That's true. The day off was nice.
Yep.
But yeah, this is up. If anybody has any questions, concerns, comments about like how to build decks or like how to play, like I said, we've got the video on like how to do it. It's literally a like top to bottom walkthrough where like Raul and I got on a stream one week like years ago at this point, right? This is like one of the first streams we did.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It was a while ago. But it shows all the steps. It tells you everything you need to do, etc. There's tons of opportunity now to like get in there and start tooling around with these cards, and the fact that like I said they're all updated and ready to go is it makes it really nice for actually. You get to worry less about like the nonsense and like the problems and like, hey, is this card correct? Is this one patched? Is this up to date? Whatever. All that's gone. Now you can get in and actually play and like really like knuckle down and like see what cards you like, see what combos you like build a deck, edit a deck, make adjustments, all that type of stuff, which is one of the most beautiful parts of the game is that whole like fine tuning.
Yeah.
Build my deck the way I want it.
It is a lot of fun. I can't wait to get the cards in hand because personally, I feel I like lining the cards up and building them in my hands. But yeah, that's the stream.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
We've got more stuff lined up for the future ones. I'm very happy that y'all came out and joined us today. The turnout was great. If you like Wednesdays, let us know. Because before we were doing Tuesdays, and it was decent. I
think all the days are decent. We just really got to find the one that's like peak.
This one was good.
Peak, get everybody in here. Thanks for coming. Yeah, thanks for coming, Elite, and everybody else that's in here. Raul says it's my second favorite part of the game, outside of playing, obviously. That's like...
Oh, Drama Jock has a question.
Okay, great. Is it a...
Tell us your question.
Is it a Drama Jock question, or is it a Tyler being written through...
Action Ty Jackson.
Through Drama Jock. Oh, did I just give away his... Are we using superhero names, or what? I don't...
We've been using It's about the Kickstarter. What's up?
Okay.
Well, we can talk while she's typing.
We can. But no, yeah, that was... AJ saying it's... excuse me, Raul. Jesus, I'm just dossing everybody. Like, you guys are all...
It's fine.
Yeah. But, he says building is his second favorite part outside of playing. I don't know that I can rank it 1 and 2. I don't know that I even agree.
Playing is a lot of fun.
Yeah, but like...
I like playing better, but that's because that's how I feel about all games.
Yeah.
I'm not a very strong deck builder at all. So I like playing when someone's like, here, these are the good ones. Okay, she says, it's longer than it's showing up on there.
Okay.
For the Kickstarter, did they require you to put in a lot of the marketing or advertising things when you had to go through all the Kickstarter pre-approval process? What do you mean by marketing and advertising things? I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you could clarify.
There was that page at the end where we like got all the like promotional info and stuff had to be filled in, like our URL and like all that stuff. But I feel like that's
we had to share like our website.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like, did we have to share what ads we were planning on running? No. Nothing like that. She's typing. Zoltan's typing.
In the long term, Kickstarter will take our money to like feature our page and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. She's talking about like the promotional video and like that sort of thing. There is a spot to put it in, but since it doesn't show up on the pre-launch page, that you don't have to have until you actually launch the page.
Exactly.
Which the video is, it's something that we've got lined up. We've got people we're going to ask, but it's kind of like, we haven't really done
it's a little bit in the future still. Yeah, that's like, there's like step A, which was get all the info that was absolutely required. Yeah, that one was actually optional, yeah. But yeah, step A was like get everything in there that they absolutely required. Step B was like there were a couple of fields that they required you to have something in them, but like they didn't. There's no like realistic way that you could have them like completely filled out. Like there's this big section in the middle that's got like a bunch of information in it that like we basically just put our outline in it rather than put the actual like final draft in. And they took that, and that's fine, okay. But then like the third part was things like that are optional. Like your Kickstarter isn't required to have a video, but like it should. But they didn't ask you to host that because the pre-launch page like absolutely can't access it anyway. So
I want to go back to what Zoltan said. He said, building is always a bit more fun for me. Nothing better than having success with your own brew. That's why I don't like building, because I can't have success with my own brew. I always lose.
Hurtful.
My decks are so bad.
You're really, really propagating a pretty negative play experience for the Flawed Discord, which is just the entire strength of the game is based on the idea that like everything is supposed to be
To be
reasonable.
fair, I play almost 100% of my games with you. So.
Hey, I lost the last game I played.
And also, we played the starter decks like heads up, you and I, and I beat you a lot.
That's because I built both of those. That's what we should have done. I should have given you like the mission of building one of the starter decks, and I built the other one, and just like see how they come out.
I kind of helped though. I know. All right, that's fine. We're gonna be.
You're good. Yeah, we're about to wrap up. Elite, thanks for coming. Appreciate you being here as always. Get some dinner, especially after a BJJ class. But yeah, the like to really like zero in and finish that thought, like what you were saying about like, oh, my decks are always so bad, like how do I win? That's like not being a strong brewer is a big demerit in like most card games that have ever existed. have played enough Flawed at this point that I don't believe that it is as negative of an impact as it is.
Yeah, because there's too much like variant. There's too many options.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm trying to say?
The breadth of the variants. It's not that the outcomes are like wildly broad. It's just that the new number of outcomes, there are so many of them.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if variance is the right word.
It might not
I know what you're saying.
But yeah, it's like I've at this point I've played with enough people and I've played enough games that like I've literally had people come and like sit down and build their very first deck, and I'll watch them, but I've tried so hard not to like give that immediate feedback. And I've watched people build what looks like the most random and like crappy decks, immediately play and either have like super competitive and interesting games, or in some corner cases just like actually beat people who have been like alpha testers. Just like actually put it together. I just have these cards that do these things and win the game, and it's like, and that's really rewarding to me, obviously, to like see like the option to be able to do that.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see y'all at the next one. Yeah,
which will be soonish. We're hoping that this artwork that we were just talking about a minute ago comes in soon. I have high hopes. I think that after the conversation I showed you between that artist, it's gonna be coming in quick. But yeah, thank you again for everybody that's here. Huge thanks to all the Patreon supporters. I mean, I know that's who you guys are, but if any of you guys catch us on the YouTube afterwards or whatever, you know, the people who, again, endlessly make this all possible. It's so cool just looking at that screen right now to see all those artworks that you guys helped make possible and be part of the game, and just constantly moving forward, zeroing in on the goal. I mean, we're getting really honestly close to this Kickstarter, and we're gonna make a run at it and see what we can do. But until next time, we'll be doing another stream, like I said, soon-ish. But
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah, we'll be announcing it as we always do. This is always the weirdest part, trying to figure out how to. That's the wrong button.
How to close it out. Bye.
Like I said, I watched. Final note. I watched one of those videos from a couple weeks ago. That was the one I was watching. We couldn't find the button, so we're like talking to each other, and then I just click it, and it just like randomly like shuts off. But like, we'll try not to do it this time. Again, thank you everybody. Goodbye. We'll see you next time.